some of the Asians came in from the north, and yeah, there were some people.
So I'm saying, why didn't you go through the same change that they went through?
Well, I mean, my own personal theory is why necessarily we didn't, why black people, quote unquote, didn't change.
Hold on, brother. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why didn't we? We just now. Are you serious that we didn't change? Are you serious? Do you see us?
You said why didn't we change? Why didn't black people change?
For us, it wasn't for our situation. I'm saying, why didn't you change? Because you claim that you are the people that came over the Bering Strait from Northeast Asia.
No. I'm not saying.
So then, how did your people get here? Don't say yourselves from West Africa. That ain't it.
Well, I'm not gonna say West Africa. Like I said, I don't know exactly how my people got over.
So back to look. We dealt with one subject. We went to another. Then we dealt with this, and the conclusive answer that you keep giving is I don't know. So now, right? I can provide you with. I can recommend some books to you to get. Right, that can clear up whatever more answers that you will need, unless you have another. I mean, is there something else you wanted to ask me? That's why I'm asking you. What specifically do you need to know to validate the fact that you are West and Central African?
Well, I mean, if you're whatever books you could think to recommend, I'll check them out. I'll read. I mean, I've been reading books on America here for the past couple of years. So I mean, whatever books you got, resources you have.
Your phone's chipping, brother.
I mean, I understand your guys' point. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm not blowing you guys off completely, but I'm not necessarily going to say I'm Native American, because, again, the people that are called Native Americans, those people are
We can just call them Indigenous Americans, or you can just call them the Indigenous people of America, or you can call them the Indigenous people. I don't care what we call them, but those ancient people.
I'm not saying that they're my people. I'm not saying that now, but
so brother,
what are you trying to say then?
Well, I've been trying to talk. Y'all been kind of cutting me off, yo.
That's not true.
Bro, you cool, bro. We cool with you. I'm just saying
what are you trying to say? If those are not our people, then what are you saying?
I'm saying that at this point right here, that there were different, as we know, in the United States government, there were different classifications for the indigenous people here. Some of those people, who we call the Native Americans today, right? Those that's what they're called. That's the term that they accepted under the jurisdiction of the United States government and the various states that you're in our courts.
Brother, we can call them whatever you want. I actually know a real indigenous Salvadorian, an indigenous man. Do you want me to invite him?
I mean, it's not. It's not necessary. I mean, you gotta, bring on the Salvadorians. That's not necessary. I mean, my point was just that we're calling them Native Americans and shit, but I mean, it's like they were just like they were calling the Indians Negro here, or like Indian. Indian just means dark skin. It's just like saying Moor or saying Negro or colored. The Indians, it's not like a.
We don't have to call them Indians. I'm not calling them. I said that he's indigenous. I'm saying he's indigenous, and I'm saying we're not even calling ourselves black. We're saying West and Central Africans, and we already described why we're not going to just say one name, because we are a mix of multiple West and Central African tribes. I can start calling myself Yoruba if you want.
No. I mean, it's not necessary, but
We're not those people, brother.
So like y'all know like the Asian Native Americans, but you know the black ones though, right? Like the black Indians that were over here.
I already explained that to you. The reason why the reason why that term exists is because those were Africans that were culturally adopted. And they were enslaved. They were enslaved by indigenous people. By some of them.
That's not the complete story though with that.
So wait. So okay. So
it's not though, because you know some of the white people got in these tribes and they got positions in America.
I'm not talking about them. I will give them hell too if they try to claim indigenous. Trust me, I would give them hell more than I give y'all hell.
I'm just saying I'm not necessarily trying to claim indigenous. I'm not going to claim automatically.
If you're not claiming indigenous, then what's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's going on in here?
We're talking and we're using defined terms, and we're using terms that come from different groups of people.
Okay, so I'm saying, do you want me to start? Do you want me to send you a list of tribe names from America?
You can send me a list of the people that got off those ships.
Yo, brother, we taking steps backwards. We just talked about all this a whole hour ago. We had a whole session talking about that.
Where let me go in the I didn't open the chat.
Okay.
I mean, if you put it in there, I didn't see it, brother. If you put it in there, my bad. If it's in there, hold on.
Were you in here when he said that he got his DNA test results back, Jeremiah?
Yeah, he just told me. He said that his haplotype was E and L, which is West and Central Africa. It's going to take him right back there. And he said the majority of his frequencies were African.
Right. I just wanted to put that out there. So I'm not really understanding what the issue is.
All right, just with the DNA test. The DNA tests are not accurate. All right.
Yes, they are. What are you talking about? Yes, they are.
They tell you on these tests that they're for entertainment purposes only.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you hear about the article of the guy that sent his dog's DNA to one of these companies and it came back as like Native American DNA?
Bro, yes, that's DNA. What are you talking about? You have DNA that's connected to a banana too.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we share DNA with different things or whatever. But I'm saying is, you can't then tie a banana to a human ethnicity. That's what
it didn't tie the dog. Hold on, wait. It didn't tie the dog to a human ethnicity. It tied the dog to a continent which it had its morphing stage in, which accounts for why it looks the way it looks right now.
All right, they didn't tie it to people. Then how?
Okay, so I got a question. If you did a DNA test on a hyena, is it going to say the hyena is from Antarctica, or is it going to say that it's from Africa?
It's going to say it's from Africa because it's living in Africa.
So you see how simple it was for you to understand it? Why are you playing games about the canines?
My point is that we shared DNA or whatever, like 1% DNA was like a banana or whatever. But you can't then like you of course you can't submit that banana's DNA and then get the flip side result of that. So on at some level, there is a little bit of trickery and a little bit of, well, we kind of don't know. We think maybe, possibly. You know,
no. Hold on, bro. Hold on. The majority of our frequencies is African frequencies. Also, genetic science, right? It's still developing. So you can't use the fact that scientists are still developing and will always be developing, because it will be constant development, because the number one rule in science is that nothing is absolute. But they do know for a fact that we are West and Central Africans. If we were not, the majority of our frequencies would not be African. That's why when you check for people that's actually indigenous, the majority of their frequencies come back as indigenous to the Americans.
Well, it comes back as indigenous from America, because all right, to your point that there was a genetic change or a morphology change. Yeah, that happened. Of course, you know, if you take a sample 5 people and you leave them isolated, then their genetics are going to be different from the source. But they're still Asians, though. So, like, when you're
No. Hold on, brother. They come from an ancestor that is an Asian. They are not Asians. They are indigenous to America. They have become their own genetic clade. Are they still relative, right, to those Northeast Asians? Do they still genetically connect to them down the line? Yes, because they ascend from those people.
So, all right. So, what do you think about the people the different genetics of different peoples that are in Africa presently, but like they had their DNA tested, and like they actually come from Asia?
Are you talking about people that live in South Africa?
Not just in South Africa. I mean, I knew there was like, you know, there was a migration from like.
Yeah, there's a lot of you do know that there's a lot of people from India that live in Africa, right?
Yeah, presently.
For a while, they've been there for a while.
For like thousands of years, a while?
No. So what group of people are you talking about that have been there for thousands of years? What are you talking about? Arabs? What we talking about?
I can't remember the name of the people, but there were some people, some group of people there that in Africa that have been living in Africa for like thousands of years, but like their haplogroup comes from Asia.
I think, brother, I'm banking on it that you made that up.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't make it up. Hold on, let me get out of this. I'm gonna try and find this right quick. Hold on.
Can you please give me the primary on that?
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, you go take your time,
There's some static coming from somebody's phone. Where's the static coming from?
Hey, that might be my fault. I need to try and find it.
trying to tell this brother he is not from Turtle Island. Like,
bro, I'm gonna tell you, you've been skipping and hopping all over the place. Now you done took us into Africa, said that these people ain't African. And
oh man, I can't find it. I'm trying to look through Google, and I can't really find it. So
I'm really seeing that you made that up, brother.
no, I didn't. Hold on, man. I'm trying to find the shit. I just read this like a few months ago. Yeah. Or it might have not been Africa. It might have been India. It might have been.
Right. That's what I said. I was thinking that you made that up, bro.
No.
brother, you're not gonna find anything about you being any from Turtle Island, brother. Like, you're not from Turtle Island. You got your DNA. Your DNA said that you was West African. What is the problem? Let's talk about why you don't want to be from Africa. Why you hate Africa so damn much that you want to completely disassociate yourself from it. Like, you're willing to be anything but African.
No. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with being African or being like descended from Africa or like coming from Africa.
You do though, because when your DNA test is telling.
No, well.
Your DNA is telling you that you're African. The sources are telling you that you're African.
Your gene ain't gonna lie to you, brother.
Right. You've had us telling you for the last how many months that you're African. Pulling every source that we can give you to prove that you are West African. And you don't want this. You don't want to know that you're African. You don't want to accept that you're African. So that leads me to believe that there's some self-rooted, deep self-hatred going on. There's something going on why you don't want to be associated with Africa.
No, like I said, I ain't got no self-hatred or nothing like that. I mean, when I believed in the whole slave trade story, like I was researching Africa heavy. I mean, like I ain't got a problem, like, you know, accepting, you know, even tying my lineage to any sort of African kingdom or African empire or anything like that. But
so
I'm saying is that when these people were getting off these boats, yeah, there were some Africans, yeah, but I mean, like there were different people that were on these boats. They, let's see, it wasn't just Africans. So I mean, like if we was all Africans, like I said, you know, we would.
What is he talking about? There wasn't just Africans on the boats. I'm confused.
A lot of these ships were coming from different parts of America too. A lot of these slave boats and whatever, but they were coming from different parts of America. It wasn't just straight up from Africa. I mean, they didn't start the slave trade just in Africa. You know, I mean, it was different parts. I'm trying to still find this. I can't find this.
I think, bro, because I'm saying, what I'm saying is, no. Look. We really see that it's a lot of self-hate going on.
Right.
And I'm really not trying to be funny, bro, because you a good brother, yo. Like, you mad respectful, you cool, and everything. That's why we fool with you, bro. That's why we taking the time out to really understand what's going on.
Right. What the hell's going on? On some real shit. What is he talking about, Jeremiah? There wasn't just Africans on the boats.
That's made up.
This is what I'm saying, and it's not like you're pulling a source, right? So it seems to me that he's listening to various here to make you think head ass people, and then he's just regurgitating the information back, not knowing where to get these sources that they're pulling. Am I right? Your phone's breaking up, brother.
My phone breaking up.
Static.
I'm trying to control back.
Who's in the chat? Is that your phone, Jeremiah?
Nah. Let me put my phone on mute. Let me put it on mute.
So, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have any of these sources on deck, which leads me to believe that you're hearing this stuff from people that are not being forthcoming with you.
No, well, I don't have any.
You think you hear? I think you listening to the brothers that claim to be Moors and they be lying, like Siraj Tariq and all of them, like those
right.
Be lying. And I think you listening to the Aborigine community because they be lying too.
All right. Well, I mean, I have been listening. I mean, if they're lying, they're on some bullshit.
Yeah, they definitely are on some bullshit. Like, if you've studied the Moors, you already know that they're on some bullshit. We don't even mess with them. They are some sellout rats, government-fed officials. We don't.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't really associate with any Moors or listen to any Moors personally.
You don't need to listen to them at all, brother.
To the Aborigines, the so-called Aborigines community. I have been listening to them.
Okay.
But,
who in particular?
Of course, you probably know Dane Calloway.
Oh shit. Well, that's your problem right there.
Not just Dane Calloway, but some, A1 and Phoenix Moon. I've been listening to Phoenix Moon. Let's see who else. A student named Pure Mayo. And some others here and there, but I mean, I'm going through all this that y'all put in here. Where'd y'all go? You're still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Let me have my phone on mute.
So he's a Dane Calloway follower.
So all right. So y'all saying Dane Calloway on some bullshit? So
he's been on some bullshit, and he's been exposed many times. Cause
from what I've heard, from listening to this whole thing, I mean, it seems legit. Like
it's not, brother. And I'll show you why. Here, let me drop you some of these links. Cause the brothers over at MBK exposed him. His career is shot. I don't know why nobody doesn't even pay attention to this stuff. Here you go. He's been running from the conscious community.
let me show you so.
Okay. Look at all of these. Okay. I'm gonna drop them back here for any more Dane Calloway followers.
Oh, this is an hour. All right, yeah, I'm gonna check it out though. See.
He been getting exposed. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And the only reason why I am on this team here is because my team is honest with the information. My team does not lie. You know what I mean? They don't be making stuff up. So I could trust my brothers and sisters in this group. Dane Calloway, on the other hand.
So now, all right. So okay. So Dan Calloway is a no go. So the whole. So you're saying the whole Aboriginal community, so called,
It's made up. Correct. We're not those people. Never were, never will be. Did we adopt their traditions and customs? Yes, we did. But we are not those people. So your DNA test is correct. You are 60% West and Central Sub-Saharan African. Okay. And maybe 1 to 3% Native Indian, if you're lucky. So your phone's breaking up, brother.
My phone. Oh shit. I'm trying to chat. Yeah, they better go. It's not good.
Peace, sis. I see you in the chat. Peace, family. Trey Hampton, are you looking for the link that basically just lets everybody know Dane Calloway is a shill? Is that the link that you're asking for, brother?
Yeah, I was trying to open the thing back up. Yeah, I see everything.
I will drop the links here. So you can watch those.
Yep, I'm checking out. Dang. Like I said, I'm open.
You gotta
open to all knowledge.
You gotta be careful. Like even the brothers in the conscious community, you gotta be careful of. Because they are some liars too. I've really had it with them as well. Because, they trying to represent for Africa and Pan-Africanists, but they're always giving these Bible heads a pass. And right now it's not the time to be doing anything like that. So, you really got to watch out for them too. People really gotta, stand for what they stand for. Stop giving everybody passes. But that's who we are. We've been trying to tell you. So I called you in because the rent was due today. we trying to get out all these Bible heads out the group. We don't have time to be going back and forth about the same topics over and over anymore. We really want to move on from this. The information.
Yeah, well, I'm not with the Bible. Like, I'm not. Since the last time we had talked, I looking into, what we was talking about the last time in regards to the Bible, and I'm not gonna say I guess I'm not really like a Bible pusher. The thing with the Bible, the thing that always interested me was not necessarily, going in this just believing absolutely everything that was in this book. It was just the history aspect of it. But
which is not our history. It's a lie. It's nothing but confusion.
It's not really tied to us specifically. So that's I realize that
it's another identity eraser. That's what it is. That's what all these religions are. It's just an identity eraser. to get you as far away from who you are as possible, which is West African. Okay, so you could be Aboriginal, you could be Islamic, you could be
let's
what
clear
else?
this up too. Let's clear this up too. Abrahamic religions have zero
Oh, y'all coming in and out. That might be my fault.
Did y'all hear me?
Say that again, Jeremiah.
It's coming in and out.
Abrahamic fairy tale religions are not ours at all. It ain't about us. It ain't ours. Throw it in the trash.
Okay, you could be whatever you want. The colonizer allows you to pick whatever religion you want to be, as long as you're not being yourself. What makes you think that out of all these religions, yours is the one that's true?
Well, I'm not going to say it again. I guess since we're talking, like, I'm not like, closed in to all these different things, I'm really open-minded. So, like I said, I always kind of looked into the Old Testament to really just go into, or just analyze the history, see if like that history was real, but I mean, the thing is that, yeah, you're right that for the most part, they ain't really got much to do with us necessarily, as a people, just as, black people in general. So, I mean, I don't, for as far as like a religion, I don't really claim it like that anymore. Because, I mean, especially, getting into the Sabbath, which is really just Saturn worship.
Peace, Queen.
Peace, family.
The Sabbath being Saturn worship, and there's a bunch of sun worship all throughout the the text and everything like that, and not just sun worship and Saturn worship, which I mean it's all Saturn worship. It's to celebrate the day on the seventh day, the Sabbath is Saturn worship. So yeah, I mean, I don't deal with it like a religion, but I mean, for the last time we had talked, the history just ain't, like I said, the history just ain't really our history necessarily. So I mean, that's why I don't really deal with it like that.
Not ours. It's not ours at all.
It's not ours at all.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it all away. It don't have nothing to do with us at all.
And
Not a goddamn thing.
Please, brother. I just want to jump in here with y'all.
And let me come right back.
So this brother here says subscribes to Dane Calloway, basically telling him he's indigenous. Now, he did his DNA test, and his DNA test came back over 60% West African. Brother, your phone static, right? But brother, yeah, you got a bad background, brother. So mute the phone when you're not talking. Yeah, mute it when you're not talking.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on.
Yeah, okay, so he did his DNA and it came back over 60% that he's from West Africa.
Correct.
Hey, yo, I'll log in. Hold on.
But
let me log in and I'll screenshot the results. Just give me like a little bit of time. Just give me
okay. So
and so we talk about indigenous, we have to really, like, that's a broad definition when you talk about indigenous, because from our knowledge and what we adhere to, what we subscribe to, we indigenous to this entire planet. So we have to understand that our people have been here and we were all over this place, for one. So it's just not saying, okay, we were confined to just this certain area or region or part of the world. We've been everywhere. We've been all over this place. So, but the white man is who separated us and stating like, okay, well, these people ain't this people, and these people ain't that people. That's not so. We're all an African people, period. At the end of the day, that's what we are.
Right.
And what we always have been, what we always will be.
So now, after his DNA test, he's still refusing.
That background is horrible.
Yeah, that background is horrible, brother.
I don't know where it's coming. I don't have any sound.
Do you have headphones in or something?
No, I don't have a headphone in the chat. I'm trying to open the chat, the voice call back up, but it's not letting me, so I can't mute it. I'm trying to see how I can get back. It's not letting me up, but I'm trying to get back. Open this chat up. Mute this. Hold on. No, it's not letting me. All right, here we go. All right, I'm muting it.
So basically, he gets his DNA test results back and still refuses to accept that he's any type of African.
How's that so, brother? How, the facts are there, so why deny what it is that you are? I don't understand what the issue is.
Aman?
Hello? Looks like he followed, so he's still trying to deny it after the results came back again that he is from West Africa. Like I said, over 60% that you are from the region.
Correct.
I don't understand. See, this is why people, I don't understand this, it's like, our people will 100% depend on a DNA test to determine paternity for their child. But you will not depend on that same DNA or close to test to say where you're from. Make that make sense for me.
Right. And this is what...
If it's accurate, then how are you out here proving your children by women or being promiscuous yourself? Or out here dealing in land with the poor children? You see, it has to make sense.
Right. And this is what makes me think that our people have a serious self-hatred problem. Like they are willing.
It has been embedded within that very DNA that we carry to hate who we are. I mean, this is did that. When we talk about, for instance, with the whole light skin versus dark skin thing, we know that the lighter skinned Negro during slavery was allowed to be in the house while the darker skin were out there. That created that, the psychological damage that a lot of our people experience down Stockholm Syndrome. Or, it was, I'm better than you because Master has stated such because my hair is a little bit finer. My skin is a little bit finer than you.
Look in the back chat, sis. He just dropped his DNA test, right?
Right. Yeah, I see it. He is West African.
85.3.
There's no way around it.
Wow.
You are an African man.
So the thing that I was explaining to you earlier about the DNA test is that a lot of these DNA tests might not be so accurate. A lot of these DNA tests are for these commercial DNA tests because.
Brother, do you have children?
No, I don't have any children.
Okay. So you have a mother and father, right?
Yeah.
So if your mother and father just saying hypothetically speaking, wanted to take a DNA test to just prove that you are their son, and say, would you question that DNA is not correct if you did not know your parents? If we came back and said, 99% this is my son.
With the paternity test, it's a lot more accurate. The thing is
How so?
Because their genetics are way closer to you. Because they're, by just your blood,
Once again, we're dealing with blood.
Yeah, but as far as like ethnicity, these DNA tests can't really determine ethnicity, or they can just compare your DNA to other groups of people that have similar DNA. But that doesn't necessarily mean your ancestors came from there. It just means you have like DNA to them. You know.
That's incorrect. So do you understand what do you know what autosomal testing means? You know what that is?
No, what's that?
That's Y-DNA and mtDNA, okay, which is conducted to determine the ancestry of many people, including Native Americans. You know that, okay? But it cannot be used, or they'll state that. But because the Y chromosome is passed on in the same pattern as other families, the Y chromosome testing is often used to investigate the same question to determine where, of course, we would come from. It's no different.
Well, yeah, man. Well, from the maternal, right, the mother side, you're saying the DNA just carries down straight?
It's both. It's mother and father side. When we talk about YT, we talk about the mtDNA. There's no getting around that.
I mean, the haploid is for both the Africans. So I mean, like I said, you know, like I was just talking about this DNA test, and you know, how these DNA tests are for entertainment purposes only. But I mean, what I was looking with mainly
we've already talked about that, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Jeremiah, speak up, because you're fading in and out.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay, my fault. I had my headphones, so I took my headphones off. So, brother, is it for entertainment when they use it to find the father?
That's what I was just asking him earlier.
And please don't say it's not the same thing, because it is the same thing.
Exactly. That's what I stated earlier. Same exact form of testing. So it can't be both. You can't say, oh well, these so-called ancestry.com is just for, or 123 is just for entertainment purposes, but yet the same use, the same form of testing to determine the father of a child is used. But you're trying to tell us that that's for entertainment purposes too.
No.
Can I know why? Can I know why you keep saying it's for entertainment purposes? Like, can you put me to the primary source for that?
Yeah. Hold on.
They gotta understand how genetic codes work.
Please no YouTube videos from Dane, Calloway or nothing like that.
You know this brother doesn't have any primary sources, Jeremiah. You already know this. He hasn't dropped one source since we've known him.
But I wanna walk with him, because I'm trying to, because we went through everything that we possibly need to go through. So I'm gonna keep walking, because I want to see what's going on here, because it's gonna come down to I don't know, or it's gonna be some colorism thrown in you.
Yeah, but this brother just don't understand. He doesn't understand genetic analysis. And we're not saying, because he's like, well, that can't be accurate, but you learn a lot about who you are just from your DNA. Because again, your DNA is the lifeline where you come from.
Amon, mute your phone, Amon. When you're not talking, mute your phone.
His phone is messed up.
All right, hold on.
He needs to go and you need to go, you can follow DNA for Beginners by Debbie Kennett. I'll point you to that reference so you can understand genetic coding and so forth like that. You know, because our people have to stop making these, you know, absurd.
I want a question. Hold on, I got a question for the brother. Since your when you showed us your DNA, right? It said you only have 2.4% DNA Native American. You have 11 point something DNA for European. Why are you not calling yourself European? Based upon your logic right now, let alone the fact that the majority of your frequencies, 85%,
Right.
more than enough to be African. You are an African, so why are you not claiming European?
Right.
And I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back. So you're gonna have to call me back in. So I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
May we wait? Why are you not claiming European, sir? Amon? Are you there? Hello?
Oh well, yeah. I had my phone on mute, but I'm not claiming white people because I don't.
Why not?
Why not?
You don't want to claim white people. So why? For the same reason you don't want to claim being African? Because that's
Right.
what you are.
No, I ain't never not said. I ain't never claimed that I wasn't African.
Okay.
When we had started talking, I was just I was just saying that these Native Americans are not like, they're just called Native Americans. They're not like actual Native Americans. So like they're not like the black people that was already over here.
Okay.
Black people that had been over here.
Right, because many of those are those people that they were calling Native American. They were, again, an African people. We know that. Okay, continue.
Well, I mean,
I just want to know, do you identify with being an African man? Do you accept that you are an African man?
I accept I accept that I'm African, or that I may be descended from Africans. The thing is that I don't, like, we have the story, right? We have the history, but I don't have any documentation.
Your blood is your documentation. I can't hear you. Your DNA is your documentation. What else do you want? And the only thing you got to do left now is come on home and find the additional information that you need. It's real simple. Not hard at all. Actually, I've been to Africa 3 times. I'm putting a tour together for us to go back again in December. So hop on board. Let's go.
Y'all going to Africa for real?
For real.
I've been to Africa 3 times within the last year, and I'm going back this December 22nd to January the 2nd. I got a group of other people. I got some Hebrew Israelites. If they listen, they're coming with me.
That's right.
So it's going down. So it's imperative for you to come home so you can learn who you really are.
Well, I mean, if you're, I ain't got no problem going to Africa. I ain't never been to Africa. So, I mean, it would be an enlightening journey for me.
You want answers, right? I think we all want to know the truth. I had to go back and know the truth. Okay, well, then you need to come home. You need to come home so that people can tell you your truth.
That's right.
Not hard at all.
Sounds good.
So come on. Jump on board.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all, everybody in this group?
Yes, the sister that the queen that you're speaking to right now, she's in charge of the touring.
This is what I do. See, this is my purpose. Bring my people back home. This is the second Exodus, the real Exodus.
Correct.
Not the biblical. This is 100% real life right here.
Right.
Feet on the ground, moving, getting it in.
So y'all said y'all was leaving December-ish.
December the 22nd is when we fly up out of here, and you'll be back January the 2nd. That's when we do this. And I'll be coming back and forth, taking more people back and forth.
Until we stabilize ourselves out there.
Until we stabilize our people permanently be in place. That's my job. Because our people can't sit up here and continue to complain about the conditions in this country and not make effort to try to want you talking about being free of slavery, the first step starts with freeing ourselves. Okay, ain't nobody coming back, ain't no mystery man in the sky, ain't no Jesus Christ, ain't no Yeshua, ain't no Yahweh, ain't none of this bullshit. Ain't nobody coming back to save you but self. That's it. Everything that you've been told has been a lie. Everything that you thought was a lie. It always been a lie. So it's time to go back home in order to know the truth.
Where in Africa are y'all going?
Well, we're going to be going to Ghana first.
Ghana.
I'll be taking everybody back to Ghana. I'll be making my way around a couple other places as well. Togo, Benin, Biafra. A lot of people, we all from the west and central parts of Africa, Rwanda. So I'll be doing a lot of that this upcoming year. So I'll be bouncing from continent to continent, but I'll be from country to country on that particular continent. Africa. So I'll be going around.
All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because the time is now. We have a very short window. Okay?
The mother is calling.
Time is low, and we don't, as a people, we ain't got much time left to
The clock is ticking. No.
We ain't got a whole lot of time.
There isn't none.
Right.
And if I'm telling you, I've given you guys an option. This is the way. It is what it is. There shouldn't be no one that is in confusion or in a state of despair trying to figure it out, because you have a sister on the phone that has figured it out.
Right.
Okay? And is giving you a solution. All you gotta do is take it. If you want freedom, true freedom, then it's here for you. I'm offering you the opportunity to be free.
The mother is calling her children back.
That's right.
We all feel
I
it.
accepted my calling, and this is my purpose. So, once you know what your purpose is, ain't nothing to stop. Going to take place. I am serving. And I'm here to serve.
That static is something else, though, family. Are you driving? Like, is you outside?
This is the Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising 10. Because it's the rising, it's the Grand Rising is about to occur.
And everybody knows it. Whether they want to deny it or not, they know the mother's calling them back. They feel it.
That's right.
They feel that.
That's right. The Queen Mother Spirit is upon the earth, calling all of us children to come back. Because it's time.
Damn, brother.
Well, I'm down. If y'all, y'all going, give me enough time in advance so I can kind of plan for it. Set some money aside. But yeah, I don't mind going, visiting the motherland, so to speak. Motherland. Everybody in America. I done heard from people that have traveled out of America that this place kind of has a little spirit to it.
It does. Because
I've heard that there's an aura here.
It is an aura here. Each time I have traveled back here, there has been a very heavy, feeling of this place. Coming back on that plane.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It is a stench here. It's a very, very morbid spirit amongst this place.
Yeah.
Upon this place.
That.
I feel it. I felt it each time I've gotten off the plane coming back here. Like I said, I've traveled to Africa 3 times within the past 11 months. So yes, it is. I can attest to that.
Yeah. I was listening to this dude named Phil on YouTube. He was going back and forth to Ethiopia, and he was saying the same thing. How each time he was coming back here,
Yeah.
there was some type of evil,
Yeah.
like force kind of
very heavy.
America.
Yeah, very heavy, morbid feeling when you step off the plane. It's something different. It's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be nice not to experience America for once in life. So, yeah.
Come, all you gotta do is come, brother. You just gotta take that. You just gotta take that chance and go out the window. By the window opportunities there for you. Take it. Now you can't say you don't know, because see, that was always the thing with our people trying to figure out the how.
Right.
And
where are we going?
Right. You know, where we going, who we gonna go with. I don't know nothing about this. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I went by myself. You know, I sat here one day, I felt something, and it said go. That was the ancestors calling me, and I went by myself. Didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. Just goddamn made it happen. And now I went back twice, 3 times. Now I'm about to be on my 4th way back, 4th time going back.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So don't be scared.
No. I mean, scared in a sense of, you know, it would just be completely new, because I ain't never been out of the country before. But I mean, I'll take the opportunity though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take the opportunity. Get up out of this place for a little while.
Yeah, just come. I can guarantee you, when you go, you ain't gonna want to come back.
Right.
It might be like that for real.
It's gonna change your life. It's a life-changing experience. When you go, you feel that peace. When you feel that peace and not burdened, it's gonna be you feel that. When you feel that.
That's it. You're gonna be on a Grand Rising team.
The most perfect high ever. Natural.
Right.
And the thing too is all the food is organic.
Yes, that's the beautiful part about it.
That's
what
attracted me the most to like going. I mean, I wanted to go to Africa in the past. You know, I just haven't never been able to do it. But I mean, now I can. You know, because I actually got the time and I got the money to travel. So
that's right. I think a lot of us got some money right now to travel. There shouldn't be no excuse. Black folks got unemployment checks. Cut it out. PUA popping. Y'all ain't got no excuse why y'all should not be taking no trip. If y'all think about all the time y'all was celebrating these heathen holidays, Christmas, you spend more than $3,000 every year doing that mess. So now take that money and invest it and come home.
Well, I ain't celebrated Christmas in years. I don't celebrate none of it. I don't celebrate none of that.
1997.
I don't celebrate none of that shit.
It don't have nothing to do with us. It's not of our people. It's from us.
Especially
capitalism. Just another way for them to keep us broke.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing with it. It's just this is all commercialism. You know.
It's all commercial. All capitalism. That's all it is. You see, I'm trying to build a new nation. That is my goal. That is my purpose. I will die doing this. I probably will die in it. But that's going to be right. Because that means I serve well. I'm actually looking forward to it.
So what was your first time?
My first time was June 2019, just last year. And then I went back October, last January. I got back in February. And I was trying to leave again. Now that the borders are opening back up September 1st, I'll be leaving again. October, and I'll be leaving again. I'll probably be there by the time the rest of my team, if y'all decide that y'all want to come and go, I'll be waiting for y'all. I got somebody gonna bring y'all to me. I'll be there in December, then I'll be coming back in April, and I'll be grabbing some more people, and I'm gonna be doing this continuously until more of our people want to uproot from here and reestablish themselves there, because I'm working on building a community there, establishing a whole network for us to be able to be sustained. I got a big conference I'm doing next year over there for entrepreneurship, and this is real. So, just said about doing this tour, it's just much more than touring me. It's like, like I said, this is Operation Tubman.
That's right.
Operation Mama Moses. Operation The Real Exodus. That's what's going on here. By any means necessary. By the way. On that part. Because it's necessary. Somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Somebody
got to do it. I wish to have seen more of my brothers leading this mission.
But you already know the black woman is God.
The black woman always got to pick up the torch and run with it. So y'all might as well come on and grab one to our skirt tail. Because this queen gonna get it done.
I think the brothers are we trying to search for truth. We're trying to look for answers out here.
It's there. I got the answers. It's there. You just gotta come and get them.
We're looking in a lot of different places.
You're looking in the wrong places because none of your truth is here. It's only within the people like us that know it, and then they can take you back to it so you can hear it and receive it.
Hey, peace, family. How y'all doing?
Peace, brother. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. How are you all?
We in here keeping it with our good brother. Our good brother just found out that he is West African, over 60.
Mute your phone, Amon.
Well, they'll say his test is alright, so I ain't got no problem being African. None at all. Yeah, no problem with that.
That's just what we are. Ain't no problem with it. You can't change who you are.
No, you can't. You can't.
To embrace it, because it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing to be the first people on the face of the planet.
That's right.
Owner, the cream of the crop. That's what we are. The salt of the earth. Truly, that's what we are. There's nothing that comes before us and nothing that will come after us.
True. That is very true. If I can tap in on this, I just want to shed a little light on something. I've been researching this now for many, many years. And what I can tell you is, pretty sure all of you have run across the term mitochondrial DNA.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what this is proven without a doubt is that the black woman is God, and that she is the mother of all civilizations. The crazy thing is these folks have bamboozled the world by creating what they call a caste system called race.
Right.
So now we thinking what they did is after these lands are separated and different people have conquered these lands, what we're thinking of is now we're looking at different nationalities and different country names. The real truth is the whole world is Africa.
Right.
The whole world is Africa.
Right.
So when we say we're indigenous to the entire physical plane of existence.
That's what I just said, brother, probably about 20 minutes ago. We are indigenous to the entire planet because we have always been here. So when we talk about indigenous people, we ain't talking about us being indigenous because because we are those people indigenous to the whole entire planet. This is all wrong. So there ain't no separate. There ain't no separatism. They created that, saying you ain't these people, you're not this. Nah, we was already here, the whole planet. We've been across this whole entire planet.
That's right.
For millions of years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a great perception they gave us.
It just didn't start on one continent. We were just in that one condensed area of Africa. No, the whole entire planet. We've been traveling. They came.
Oh yeah.
We was all over this place.
We definitely was fruitful and multiplied. That's for sure.
We were real alive now. We was travelers. We've been traveling.
Yeah, you know, another further proof of that is if you look at it all over the world, there's pyramids all over the world. And when you come into like the Americas, you look at the Inuits or the indigenous Indian, what they call Indians. Where they learned all that stuff from is all of their spiritual practices have roots right in Africa.
Right, so they were coming over here building mounds. They were doing that.
Yes, exactly. I mean, just like how we take sage and stuff like that with smudging, they do the same exact thing. It all comes from the same origin.
All our African spiritual systems, a lot of practices, everything, we brought most of that here.
Mm-hmm.
And there was many things. That's how we are able to identify and actually be able to connect, knowing that that's who we are. Because a lot of the practices that we have today are here from such.
Absolutely. There's no getting around that. I just wish that the confusion itself actually would end.
It only will end the moment that we all embrace it and accept it. That's how it will end. And then we move forward to properly teach and expound of the old, all the lies that our people have been taught. That's how we get rid of that. Brothers that don't have children, it's imperative that when y'all having children, you bring them into this knowledge. Because that is how we live, and that's how we get rid of all of this Abrahamic bullshit that we've been taught, all of these lies, because they will never know any of this. They're not going to know any of this moving forward. The new generation to succeed us should not know any of this shit.
Right.
That is the goal.
Right. That's the
goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Period.
Yeah, that's how we write history in advance, by teaching our babies the truth.
That's right.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, all this here stuff, the Abrahamic faiths, a lot of people teaching us we're only indigenous to the Americas. This is all this is designed to do is divide us.
Exactly, it's garbage. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about dividing and conquering.
And I tell you something else deeper that I've been teaching in my groups, especially my metaphysics group. Once our people understand that we are light beings,
that's right.
You can't oppress light.
You can't oppress light.
Yo, white people have calcified pineal glands.
A lot of our people do too. Because they choose to.
Well, a lot of our people do, but that's not natural to us.
No, it's not natural to us.
It's natural
of course it is. Because they don't have the ability to ascend. They don't possess that same quote-unquote God consciousness of what we are.
They don't. Right.
It's impossible. Naturally, it's impossible. It was like nature had a hiccup, and boom, because technically what we call or refer to as a white man is only between 8,000 and 10,000 years old.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. According to the Australian Research Center for Ancient DNA,
yes,
they are actually less than 7,000 years old.
Yeah,
They are very new.
They're very new. So nature had a glitch, and then behold, there it came about.
I don't even think it was nature though. I think maybe it was something else, but
it was our own uncontentment. I mean, it came from years and years of us grafting, separating our lighter hue from darker hue.
Right.
And eventually, we had the albinoid that was born.
Right. That's what they are.
The albinoid, interbred with the Neanderthals, and this is how you got the Caucasian.
The mutated gene. That's what they became. That's what they are.
Yep.
yeah.
That's the truth of the matter.
And this is why when they do DNA tests and they can find, they still have African DNA. I mean, there's not a person walking this physical plane that doesn't have African DNA.
Right.
So that's why I say the whole thing about race is a hoax.
Right.
It's just who goes to melanin and who doesn't, and they have melanin. It's just so very little that
it's very little.
That's why they're allergic to the sun.
Exactly.
It's a different kind of melanin too. It's not the same melanin that we have. It's I think it's called pheomelanin or something. Pheomelanin, something like that.
When you define melanin, you have to. There's like different types. So there's like what they call neuromelanin.
Yeah.
You know about that? Yeah. So they're more in that, I guess we quote unquote that category, so to say.
Yeah, but I mean, even plants have melanin. They just have their melanin is more carbon.
Everything has. The thing is like everything on the planet has some form of melanin,
Oh yeah.
But what I always thought was weird was like, how can you have melanin and be of the earth, right? And be and the sun on you. That shit just says to me that you're not natural to the earth. That you.
Well, in essence, they're natural. It's just that they're deficient. They're deficient in melanin.
Right. Yeah, there's a deficiency. That's why when we said again, it's just the graft because of them being a weaker grafted mutation. Because they are a mutated being. So they don't have the natural non-stimulating hormones that we have. They have very little of it.
Yeah, I mean, because you're talking hundreds and hundreds of years of grafting, and then you got to think of all the time that they spent in the mountains, in the Caucasus Mountains. Things have changed dramatically from their structure to their hair to everything.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of things became really deficient, and this is where you get the name troglodyte from. A troglodyte is typically found in a cave and away from the sunlight.
Yeah, that's what a troglodyte is.
Yeah, this is good stuff, David. This is good stuff. I thank y'all for allowing me to get on the call.
Indeed. We each one teach one. That's what we talk about, higher elevation. This is what grand rising is all about. This is a grand rising, it's a great rising upon the earth. But we need to constantly elevate the mind.
So we're going to have to constantly elevate, because every time, one part of the Bible that I do take is that in our struggle, and our struggle is in our struggle, we're dealing with these so-called principalities, so-called strongholds, and everything is in all this power being built on lies and being built on trickery and deceptions. So the answer to that, and obviously we're on the side of good here. Whatever stance whatever stance you take, we're the universe is on our side, So the way we can crash down their whole system is just by straight up just releasing the truth to the world, the truth to everybody, and that alone
America is going to, like a queen mother is calling, that spirit is upon the earth, and our children are waking up. Something that they feared is definitely what they did not want to happen.
Right.
Okay, but they can't stop it because it is what it is. By us being, the people universally connected to the divine source of everything, they can't stop what is to take place because it's inevitable, so to say.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. They knew this day was coming.
Right.
And they've been racing against time.
That's what's got me kind of looking at the Hebrew Israelite and all these other movements kind of side-eyed a little bit, is that a lot of this stuff, it seems that there's a lot of misinformation.
Right, because a lot of them are being, quote unquote, instructed to carry on this whole entire, Jesus Christ theory crap. It don't matter. They don't care if they painted the white Jesus and made it the black Jesus, just as long as they can carry on with this Abrahamic bullshit.
Right.
Because that still keeps our people complacent and pacified to not rising. Okay, to not taking the initiative to deliver self. Because once again, they're waiting on a mystery God to come and deliver them. You see? So it's no difference. No different than the Christians waiting on white Jesus, and you got the Hebrew Israelites waiting on black Jesus. Oh, well, we can't because we got to wait for the Most High. That's what they want. They don't care. They don't care if you sit up there and painting him with a broad nose and dreads all down to his feet. As long as that doctrine stays, that you keep turning the other cheek and keep on teaching that the reason why our people are going through this because we're under a curse and we're afflicted and we gotta wait until we are delivered from under these harsh circumstances. They don't care as long as that is the theme. As long as that is the syllabus is being presented like so, they don't care. Okay. So they playing right into the rest of the delusion, keeping our people stagnant.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're really trying to. I had just did like almost 2 weeks of. I was breaking down the 12 levels of the actual light body, and what's going on with the Earth right now as we speak.
Right.
See, these folks already know what's going on.
They do.
Our transmutation is inevitable. That's why I tell people, you got to quit arguing with these people. Because everybody's exactly where they're supposed to be. They're going to transmutate regardless.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's going to become of the light body.
Right.
So right now, what we need to really be focusing on, I'm trying to tell people, is we have to look at the matrix itself. And what we need to do is we need to manipulate and rebuild the grids that's around the physical plane of existence so that we can go ahead and take this earth, which is a Merkaba by itself, and we can go ahead and start ascending.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Because once we ascend with this thing, I'm telling you, there ain't gonna be no government systems. All this religion stuff, all this stuff is gonna fall. It's gonna be dead.
Right. And that's what they don't want.
No, they're just trying to prolong it.
Yeah.
They're trying to prolong it, and as long as they can keep people arguing and divided,
exactly. It's right in the high level frequency. That's why I say, and I always say this all the time. My group hears me say this over and over again. If our people were all to wake up tomorrow and be on the same frequency, we would literally be able to flip this planet upside down.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But you know what happened is we'll create a black hole. We'll create a black hole, and it'll go right back to the point of singularity. There won't be any more. There won't be any more ego. You see what I'm saying? There'll be no more left hemisphere thinking. It'll be all right brain thinking.
All right brain.
Amon, I think that's static on your end again.
Right. The truth is, we really should just be focused on the balance. because there is no separation between us and any other type of energies that's within the universe.
Right.
I mean, Metatron's teaches that everything's connected.
That's right.
So that's the thing that they don't want people to know. They want to keep it on divided as much as possible. And so therefore this world is controlled by your personality.
Right. And they want to keep that. That's why they decided, to divide and start, coming around the categories, peace, all of the categories and so forth like that, to create the individualism.
Yeah, individualism is an illusion. At the core of everything, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm saying there is no. Our ancestors understood that there's only existence, and that there's two sides to existence. So we call it consciousness and subconsciousness. When you study subconsciousness, you understand that it is feeble, meaning it is no motion, right? And the Bantu Congo ancestors, they would call this Mwasi, and then they would call the other aspect of existence, which we call consciousness, right? They would call it Kalunga, which means active or activity.
True. So true. And see, we never, this is what they want to keep our people from, this type of information, this type of knowledge. This knowledge opens up those other doorways to higher level consciousness and gives us the ability to extend. This is what they don't want. That's why they keep us, fed, while our children are listening to this crap music, eating this food, because all of that keeps our people on the lower level of self.
Yep. Right. That's just also what the brother was getting at. Individualism. It definitely is. It's only momentary. It's not something that is concrete. That's why when people ask me, do you exist after this? Well, when you ask somebody, do you exist after this, it's really alluding to my personality or my character, right? And so, no, my personality and my character does not go on into that pure essence of existence, but I am remembered through my people, right? So I leave an impression that people remember, or certain accolades or actions that I did while I was here. But does my character, my personality go with me?
Aman, mute your phone. Unmute your phone, Aman.
So, when people want to harken onto that, that's the ego. You're not willing to accept what existence is. Like the brother said, we definitely didn't, we understood that. We definitely understood that. That's what our people need to begin to understand again. Now, we dealt with the ecosystem. We didn't deal with the ego system.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Because, again, when we talk about nature being divinely connected, we are that source because we harness all of those elements. You see? And we were able to amplify that, like in Africa, they found that our people develop what they call soul eye, which we talk about pineal consciousness. So the powers of perception becomes magnified, so it allows us to develop, like, quote unquote, godlike powers or extrasensory perception by way of amplifying it through all of those elements and through all five of our physical senses. That's how we dealt. That's why we dealt the way that we dealt with nature. Because we were able to have complete control of the physical body and operating with that and being able to do what they feel as, was, impossible or by some form of trickery. Like, we talk about, having, being able to teleport and so forth like that and even fly. Because our ancestors mastered that. And that was part of our African spirituality, being able to absorb the superior parts of all that energy. It was an understanding that that's how we were when we talk about being gods, all that energy, because we were able to protect that, and we harnessed that. and we had the capability to tune in and establish harmony and justice in the universe just by being able to amplify that energy and redirect it mentally, spiritually, and in a physical body as well. This is why ancestors thought.
I mean, our ancestors, they definitely they mastered what they call natural geomancy. And they incorporated what they call Heka magic, or what they later start calling the occult science or occult magic. And this is what I keep trying to explain to a lot of people while we sitting around debating on Facebook. That's exactly what the elite playing with. They're playing with occult science and occult magic.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
they keep us again in the lower part of not being able to operate at the highest level where we need to be able to materialize what it is that we need and want. They don't want that because we have the power to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing that we can't do. I mean, when you look at the Hermetic principles, very first principle is everything's mental. All is mind.
Yeah, it's all mind.
And that's what this is all about. This is about the battle of the mind.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Yeah, this is where the self-mastery comes in. You have to be able to, balance. You have to be able to master that balance between the higher state layers. And so, these folks know it. And they're going to keep playing the game with us until we really wise up. But like I said, at this point now, it doesn't even matter. Because the truth is, we all realize that we most certainly never die. It's just an illusion of death. But that we are constantly transmutating. This is a whole alchemical process. We are literally changing lead to gold. And so when we come in with this here, what they call it now, the golden age, it's called that for a reason. And these folks know what's up. I mean, we are, like I said, our DNA structure, and molecular structure is changing by the second. It's changing while we're talking right now.
Right.
And so these folks, they know it's over with. This is why there's so much like killings and stuff like that are picking up now. You know, they want to keep on increasing the panic and the
playing on the psychic. That's what they have to do. They're playing on the psychic. And trying to make sure that they enforce all those different psychological effects because they've always been able to control us mentally. That's how they got us in the first place, is by the mind. So they have to keep that. That's the only way they can keep power over us is mentally, by keeping us up under these false, dealing with this matrix, this false illusion, these perceptions of what they have to keep doing to trigger that. Keep putting us into this shock therapy, so to say.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, I can tell y'all something. I remember when I first woke up, I was about 17 years old. And there was no social media back then. And so, we're looking at a time that it was more or less like, where you seeing people that was awakened, you caught them outside in the cipher. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where you had to actually travel to go to some kind of forum that sit with like minds. Today, man, the dynamics of that thing has changed. We're looking at a time where people all over the world are connecting. And this is what they fear. This is why I make these videos of the police brutality and stuff like that. They make it so accessible. And if you think about it, when we post different posts dealing with the transmutation of the light body, those posts don't go nowhere. We'd be lucky we get 200-300 hits on our page. Whereas the police brutality videos, those things are going viral. You're looking at millions and millions of hits on them, or thousands of hits on them. And they do that by design.
Right.
Because the thing is, as long as they can keep people in panic and fear, it keeps your vibration low.
Yep.
You know, and as long as we're vibing low, you can be in control.
Programming, it's projected programming. That's what they continue to do. They project all this negativity on us to continue to program us, keep us at our lower body, our lower self. Lower self. They don't have the ability to ascend past the lower level of self. You're already stuck on one frequency, and it's a very low frequency. They know that.
Yes, I definitely agree. Yeah, this has been a really good call. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, brother. So,
anytime, guys, just let me know if y'all ever get back on with some topics. I'd love to sit in at least and, just hear some of the ideas and see what we can come up with, because, that's what this is really all about.
I would like to always have ongoing discussions to where, we have active listeners, because this is where we need to be at currently, There's no time for debating. It's all about elevating for me. Not true to bring forth positive reinforcement. I don't wish to, affiliate or associate myself with such, because there's work to be done, and I'm trying to do it within the time frame. There's a window that's coming, and that window is going to be closing soon, so it must be done. I don't.
Especially, just like the brother said, when our people that just choose to stay in these same religions that enslaved us and everything, man. Listen. After we give them the information, we deal with the topics, and at that, it's topics that's been dealt with thousands of times, things that have been exposed thousands of times. So when they choose to stay there, I'll be like, all right, well, introduced you to the information. You want to just remain voluntarily ignorant, and just gonna let you stay right there.
Yeah. It makes no sense to dumb down. You know what I mean?
Right.
It makes absolutely no sense to dumb down. I mean, people. This is what I just explained in my group chat. It's only our ego personality that says that I got to go out here and wake you up.
Right.
People have to walk their own path, and sometimes we forget that. I know that we love our people, we love our family, and we love to see them wake up. But the truth of the matter is that until it's time for them to wake up, all we're doing is just we're damaging the relationships that we have with them based on our own attachments. So we're not helping the growth and development of the awakening. That's going to happen regardless.
Right.
See what I mean? So I don't get me wrong. I used to spend years like that. My earlier years on Facebook, I was always debating. I just felt like I had to wake everybody up. I felt I could save the world. And over time, I realized that and try to be an example, for others to see. Because, like I say, when they're ready to wake up, they will. And it's always the people that you don't think are paying attention. Yeah. Family, I apologize. I got to take this call, but I'm going to try to jump back in with you guys soon.
All right.
Yeah, good tonight. Thank you for your request.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Yo.
Peace, family.
I just want to say to you, man, perception is stronger than truth in the mind of the perceiver. You got these people who fall in love with the false projection of reality.
Right. That's why science is so important. Like one of our good elders, he says that to have a scientific mind, you have to have a disciplined mind, because the only way that you get beyond perception is discipline.
Yeah, that's so true.
Or like what they talk about in psychology is that
some psychologists, they fall for perception and they think they're on the right track. But in psychology, it's important because you have to see beyond. You have to go beyond what you see.
Right.
You have to take it through a certain type of exercise or methodology or experimentation to understand what this is. Like, for instance, if you have a wall, right? The wall might be, let's say the wall is the red wall. And you say, what is this? Do you say it's red? No, I go beneath the paint. Oh, okay, come to find out it's wood. Okay, what is wood? You know what I mean? So these are things that are necessary to get beyond perception. That's why a lot of our people be thinking the earth is flat. They're just using their perception.
Yeah.
Or they'll say, oh, well, the sun is small. No, the sun is not small. You're just 93 million miles away, but it perceives to be small. Mm-hmm. But I guarantee you go up near there, you won't even listen. you go 10 miles close to it, you're going to get burnt to a crisp. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I heard y'all talking about the laws,
even our ancestors, they taught against perception. They didn't tell you to just dwell on it. They didn't tell you just harken on to your perception. No, they told you to look beneath. The underlining factor. What is the underlining factor of what's going on? What you see or what you feel?
I don't remember who brought the quote back to the forefront, but somebody that was on Time Better a few years ago, and they brought up a quote from one of the ancestors that was so profound. And the quote was, truth and lies are intricately woven to conceal carefully the reality which lies beneath you.
Hold on, say that again, brother. Hey.
Truth and lies are intricately woven together to carefully conceal the reality which lies beneath you. Could you hear me that time?
No, I couldn't hear you, but you're still cutting. You're still cutting in and out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
A little better.
Okay, how about now?
Yep, I got you. I can hear you now.
Okay. The quote was, truth and lies are intricately woven together to carefully conceal the reality which lies beneath.
Yep. Yeah, E5 teaches you to look beneath. Budun teaches you to look beneath. All of our cultural concepts in Africa, original cultural concepts in Africa, taught you to look beneath. What is the underlying factor? What is truly there?
How do you determine which of those paths, if any, are for you, the individual?
What do you mean, which paths?
Ifa, yeah.
Budun. I really wouldn't single some. I really wouldn't just place somebody in one of those sciences or paths. Because I don't limit myself to one. I deal with everything. I'm a scientific person, so I deal with things. But so yeah, I wouldn't just tell somebody to just deal with one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, I wouldn't just tell somebody to just deal with one of those things. I would say take all of that which our ancestors taught, all of the cultural concepts, and abstract the rational kernel from those cultural concepts. Brother Amon, you still on here?
Hey, yeah, I'm still here.
I think the brother's still on there. So I hope you've been able to, enlighten you some, brother of mine. For the most part, and for the breakdown, additional mode about conversation.
I got